back to another video. So today we're doing something kind of important. By the way, today's Halloween actually, so happy Halloween, even though I know it was probably a couple weeks ago. I don't know when we'll be posting this, but anyways, so it's Halloween, and what that means is that it is time for brumation. All right, so on Halloween we like to put all of the adult colubrids that are going to be producing down for brumation. Brumation is a very similar idea to hibernation, just it's called something different. So anyways, colubrids, they will brumate, and what that basically means is they just kind of go more or less dormant for the winter months. And since we actually get pretty cold and have a real winter here in Utah, we definitely end up putting all of ours down and we cool them down. And then I don't have to feed them for, what, 4 months? Usually I like to pull them out like mid-February. And so anyways, just all of November, December, January, and then part of February, they'll be down in brumation. We put them in these other cages that you see behind me, and then we wheel them into a different room. We'll show you guys. It's one of the offices in the front, well, in the front section, and we cool it down over there. Right now, that room office area is sitting around like 65. I think it gets down to like 63 right now, but and the air's not on just yet. But we'll wheel them over in because the room in here stays above 70 throughout all of winter, and so right now the room is still sitting around like 72, I think is what it said. And obviously that's not getting cool enough, so we take them out of this room and we wheel them into that room. And then I try to actually get it down to 55. That's Fahrenheit, by the way. And so that's what I'll end up setting it down to. I'll probably do a progression. So I'll probably go set it for like 60. And then I'll let it sit at that for like 2 days. And then I'll hit it down to like 55. And then that's probably where it'll stay. So, and then that'll cool these guys down. Their metabolisms will slow down. They'll still drink water, so we still provide them with water. But they don't eat anything, and that's why their metabolism slows down. That's also part of why I stopped feeding them about 2 weeks ago, so that they got everything out of their system by now, so that when we do cool them down, there's not anything else they're still trying to digest and stuff like that. So anyways, they usually still shed once, at least during brumation, because they are still technically growing, plus they'll shed their skin. And so anyways, they'll shed their skin and they'll just pretty much sit there, and I'll just replace their water, and maybe we'll give you guys an update during brumation sometime. But anyways, what I gotta do right now is I have everything organized. I got the cages ready. We're gonna go ahead and just start moving snakes into their new winter home, and then yeah, we'll just show you a couple of them as we go. Alright, so we're just going to start down here with mine. The first rack that was over there is actually mom's and dad's stuff, but I'll do that later off of screen. So let's focus on our stuff. Anyway, like I kind of mentioned, I do brumate all of the adult colubrids, or at least everything that I expect to produce, or anything that has produced before. And so part of the reason why I do it is one, because it does give me a break from feeding, which is nice on the checkbook. Also, this is one of my nice northern pine males. He was one of those original ones that I got back in 2017. So, anyways, he's pretty cool, pretty special. Anyways, so there's different ideas on brumation and whether or not you should do it or have to do it, I guess. And for me, since we do get so cold here in Utah, I really think that these guys would basically go off of food anyways and brumate on their own, or at least they'd stop eating probably anyways, just because of how cold it gets. Come here, Beth. They can sense the change in the seasons and everything. So, but anyway, okay, so people have said that why you do it is because, one, it'll cycle the animals, which can be important for reproduction. For guys, I'm not like a scientist, don't have a degree in this, so just this is my experience and some of what I've learned, right? But it allows them to basically get in the right, I don't even know what to say, the right mood to reproduce. Like, it helps trigger that response for them. But they don't all necessarily need it, because lots of people can get them to reproduce successfully without brumating them. So I wouldn't say that it's necessary, because they can reproduce without being brumated, but I have had great results with brumating them and getting good reproduction. I will say that probably, so like my first timers for me, so if they're like a 4-year-old bull, or a 4-year-old whatever it was, I do usually try and breed them if they're big enough and they're 4 years old, but I don't always brumate them that year, and so usually I keep them out of brumation. I'll continue feeding them, and then I will still try to pair them in the spring, and probably only about half of those will actually still produce for me. And I haven't necessarily done it like a flocked way of if I brumate a young snake, like a 3-4 year old, and then try breeding them in the spring to see if my results would be more successful or not. But I will say that pretty much anything I brumate does produce the next year, the following spring. And so I will say that, at least for me, it has definitely helped my production numbers be very stable. And they've been very good, and so I will say that about that. Oh, he totally got hooked around that. Wasn't paying attention. And then he's doing it to the other side. All right, come here, dude. So anyways, this is just another northern male. I've got 3 of them I'm putting down. He's the reddest of the bunch. So anyways, he's also, no, he's maybe not in the blue, but anyway, he's got some red on him, so he's kind of cool. And then another big thing that people have talked about with it is that it actually helps the male sperm be more fertile, I guess. Might be the right word. Anyway, so that's another big reason why people say that brumating colubrids is really good, because it does help with the reproduction. It helps with the male fertility. And so far in my experience, that has like helped hold true. Brumating them helps me produce more successful clutches, it would appear. So, anyways, she's one of my females. She's my 2017 female, so she's my oldest one. Not the biggest one, but she's my oldest one. So, anyways, I don't know if there's a lot else that's really like helpful information on brumation. I know a lot of my other friends in some of the warmer places like Florida or California, obviously, like your more your warmer climates, they don't really brumate. Sometimes they will still cycle them off of food if they can, and they will try to cool them down a little bit, but they can't get it nearly as cold as I can here in Utah. And so you do also need to kind of take that into consideration based off of your own climate, because it can be really hard to find a separate space to like cool your animals down that much. So anyways, this is the red northern girl. We did not get a good clutch out of her this year, unfortunately. So hopefully this next year we do get a good clutch out of her. The eggs that she laid looked fertile. They looked good. They weren't slugs, but they were clear. They didn't really have like embryos and veins in them. It didn't really look like it. So the male may not have just been breeding very well, or maybe we just we missed her window. That could have been what happened too. But anyways, tricky sometimes. These guys just have their own timelines, and sometimes I'm on schedule with them, and sometimes I miss them. So that really sucks, because you pretty much only get one chance each breeding season, and if you miss it, then, well, it's over. So anyways, oh man, you see that? Sheesh. These guys they are a little hungry. Their metabolism obviously hasn't really slowed down yet since they're still in this room. So they're still warm enough that they haven't really kind of kicked into that, oh, it's time to go down kind of idea. So, oh man, I thought she was gonna get me there for a second. Anyways, but their racks have been unplugged and they've been off of heat for just a little over a day. And so they are starting to maybe kind of feel that it's time. And we did just hit some lows here this past week. It's gotten really cold. What was it, like 35 out this morning or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty chilly. So, we're getting cold here. We got our first snow actually here on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, because it was when we were not there. Yeah. So, anyways, it's getting cold here. So, it's definitely time to get these guys down. Alright, this is my albino northern pine. Remember, I only have a male now, so, because the female, I think we did talk about it finally in an earlier video, but the female passed away this year. She had some complications, trying to lay eggs, and anyway, unfortunately, she was egg bound, and anyway, it was too late, so, weren't able to really help her much, so that was really sad. But we did get another new female in. I think that we may have shown her in a previous video also, but in the meantime, this guy will just he'll just hang out and keep being super pretty. So, anyways, all right, and then next we just have the Janai. Which we did decide we're going to put down the younger pair of Janai too that we had. I know that we showed them off in the Janai video. I think we showed them a little bit, but anyways. This is the older pair of Janai though. And, oh. This is the male. And he shed this time, so that's nice. He's got all over his cage, that's for sure. But yeah, it'll be great producing some more Janai. And as you guys saw, we have some cool projects planned for the Janai. So hopefully, maybe we can actually get, like we talked about, one of those stripes to survive this year. That would be really cool. This is our big female Janai. And yeah, looking pretty cool. And yeah, some of you might be like, well, those cages look really small for them for brumation, but the thing is they literally just sit there and sleep curled up. Like they don't do anything. Okay, so that little space, it looks little, but that's like the perfect space for them, and they can like dig a little if they want, or burrow some, and it actually works really well for them. So anyways, if I get anything that gets any bigger than that though, we might be in trouble. So anyways, let's see. Oh, this is one of my this is an Axanthic Sonoran, and so he's a het albino, so this is a blizzard maker. So anyways, we really don't show these guys off very often.
I don't think we've ever showed him.
I don't know if we have, but anyways, hopefully we'll produce some more blizzard Sonorans this coming year. I've got a couple Sonorans that should be able to produce them. We're actually putting down a pair of blizzard Sonorans for brumation this year in the hopes that we'll get them to both be able to breed and reproduce next year. So that'd be awesome.
And Sonorans, a blizzard is just an albino Axanthic.
Oh yeah. So yeah, kind of silly that we have the same name crossing over bull snakes and Sonorans for morphs, because yeah, in the Sonorans, blizzard is just a snow essentially, but they called it a blizzard because they kind of look patternless. They're not actually patternless. There is faint pattern, but sometimes you don't really see it until they kind of mature some, and then it's easier to see their pattern as they grow. But anyways, yeah, it's just an albino Axanthic in Sonorans. In bull snakes, I know we may have mentioned it briefly before, but in bull snakes, a blizzard is all 5 of the big genes. So a hypo, Axanthic, albino, white side, patternless. mouthful, right? So anyways, this is one of my albino Sonoran females. This is just your generic line. It's not related to the Christmas Mountain line at all. So anyways, yeah, pretty cool. So she's a het axanthic. So that's a pair right there. They can make blizzards. And hopefully we will get some blizzards this next year. Her clutch this past year actually was terrible. So anyways, she laid her eggs, so we ended up putting her in, like, back in her own cage for the egg laying process, and it was too much space for her. I should have given her a hide box or something. I don't even remember why I didn't, but I didn't. And anyways, she laid her eggs and then moved off of them, and they weren't back like towards the heat. They were actually towards the front, and she didn't stay coiled up around them. She was being a bad mom, and they ended up going bad. I think the whole clutch molded. Yeah, so anyways, which is too bad because she's been a great mom in previous years, but yeah, this year it didn't work out. So anyways, some of these are some other Sonorans, and some of them can be a little feisty with me, so that's why you'll see me using the hook on a couple of them. Just get these guys in here. I know we showed these guys off when we took them out of brumation because we got a couple of really cool shots of them. But otherwise, these guys are like firecrackers. But anyway, these are the patternless Lahitis Sonorans. So very similar to the Super Forks Sonorans. But these guys are from the Lahitis locality. And this is the chillest he has ever been with me. So that's kind of cool. He's usually trying to eat me by this point. But anyways, we did try to breed these guys this year. It was his first year this past year trying to breed, and I think maybe just this next year he'll do a lot better. He'll be a little bit older, a little bit bigger, a little more mature. So hopefully he can be a great stud for us this coming season. And then we did have two females of the patternless Lahitis too. And they did both lay clutches, but they weren't very good, and so that also sucked. But anyways, she's in the blue right now, but she is absolutely gorgeous. She's the one that we showed off a lot. You can't really see, but she's like almost purple. She's super cool. She's also very orange, and she's also usually not super chill. So anyways, let's go ahead and just put her away. I don't want to work her up too much. Alright, and unfortunately her sister is not any better. Alright, well anyways, here's the sister. She's, like I said, she's not any better. She's been pretty grumpy too, but you can maybe get a little bit of a look at her. She's got way more yellow in her, way less orange. So, yeah, anyways. They're cool though. Hopefully we'll get something better out of them this year. Next year. This coming year. Alright, okay, what else we got? Oh, next up is just a bunch of Christmas stuff. Yeah, just a bunch of Christmas mountains. And then we'll have some albinos that will pop up too as we go. This is the last albino Christmas mountain I'm putting in right now. This is that like favorite one of mine that has all that red. Anyways, if I can get her to turn and actually face the camera. There you go. Yeah. These guys are awesome. You guys also just missed it, but I totally just got bit by one of them. So, right in the leg. I was holding it like this and she just went whooping right there. It was awesome. It was great. She only got like, I don't know, a couple teeth with me, so it's okay. Can you hear him? That's the one that bit me. Okay. Alright, ready to see some tigers? They're next. This male tiger is super mean. I don't think I've really ever shown him because he hates my guts. But he's really pretty though. And he was the smallest of the bunch, so I didn't actually use him for breeding this year. But he'll probably be big enough and happy enough to breed next year. But anyway, he is super pretty though. Great color on him. Great pattern too. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, he's my mean one. He's that one that didn't actually get better with age. All the other ones though, all the other tigers are pretty friendly. Most of the time I can just pick any of them up. So, just him. But yeah, I know you guys have seen in previous videos, like my baby tigers, you know, they're just like little Spitfires. And these guys kind of were as babies too when I first got them in. But as you can see, like I could pick this guy right up, like no problem. So, anyways, they do get better with age, and I don't really handle them super often either. So, anyways, there's one of them. This one's in the blue. He's my biggest male though. As you can see, yeah, he's pretty big. But anyway, we've shown him off before. We can show him off more later. But he's one of the bloods, as you can see, patternless belly on that. So, anyways, he's a really good breeder this year. So that was really nice. Alright, hey girl. I know, you've already been out once today, huh? This one is my smallest tiger female. She's just a normal red tiger, so far that I know. But anyway, still super pretty. Yeah. Okay, this big girl's in the blue, which is unfortunate because she's like the biggest one, so it's kind of cool. But she's totally in the blue right now. So, but anyway, as you can see, she's quite a chunk. She's big. So, anyways, yeah, big and long, and she won't really stretch out. But anyways, yeah, she's probably getting close to 6 feet. So, anyway. This one is the blood. She's a het albino. And what else was she? Oh no, she's het albino though. I don't remember if she was anything else. The last tiger is the hypo. This is the other female. Come here. It's all good, dude. So this is the hypo. She's also a blood. And let's get out here in the light. Be better. There you go. And she turned out to be het albino and het white side. So, anyways, she's actually the one that produced the white tiger. So, anyways, pretty neat looking. Excited to get these guys to produce again next year, that's for sure. I think Spencer was, what were you saying this morning on the way to work? I was like, what did I say? Oh, there's snow on the mountains, and Spencer's like, almost breeding season. It's funny. It's because it's still like snowing basically here when like it's March and we start putting them together. So yeah, almost breeding season. We gotta get through Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and there's so many things that have to happen first.
Yeah, we got a ways to go.
Yeah, definitely. Most of the rest of this rack is some other random reds that we're using for some other projects. The Kingsvilles, and then the Hannum stuff. So, that's... Oh, I didn't open the next cage. Oops. Where are we? Here, okay. So anyway, that's pretty much the rest of that rack. Yeah, and then the Hannum project stuff. So, anyways, that's most of the rest of this. Hello, puppy. Oh. Did you guys believe it? This girl laid 22 eggs this year. Crazy. 22 of them. Insane. That's some good genetics there. Wow. You guys see that like cool red line that goes like all the way around? That's cool. I never noticed that before on her really. Huh. Huh, interesting. Anyways. Alright. Okay, Kingsvilles are next. Alright, this is the male Kingsville. He's not the reddest, but he does produce really pretty babies. So, he has good genetics behind him still. But yeah, he almost has like some really pretty purples in him, which is kind of cool actually, but just not the most red. Sorry, girl. That's gonna help. She's always been like that. Told you. He has a lot of personality, okay? A lot. That was the my male Hannum that I got from John. So thanks, John. He's a real sweetheart. Pretty much all of them are. Anyways. That's why she's in the blue.
Is this just a het?
Yeah. Yep, this is just a het Hannum. Red het Hannum. Oh. I'm not want to hang out with me right now. Alright, okay. Last one for that rat. Well, for this rat.
Talk about it.
Yeah, obviously this isn't part of the Hannum project. Well, not yet. No, I'm just kidding. But this is just my Miami Xanthic male. And he's just the last one that we'll take out of that rack. So. Alright guys, well that's all I'm going to show you guys for right now for the brumation video. I really just got to get the rest of these done and get them wheeled in there because it's supposed to happen today on Halloween. So hope you guys liked kind of what you saw a little bit, and I'm sure that we'll show more throughout the rest of, I'm sure in brumation we might do something over there. And then obviously you guys will get an opportunity to see a bunch of these once we pull them out of brumation, and then we're getting ready for breeding season, which Spencer's really excited about for this next year. So anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.